So one of the most common questions that our readers seem to be dealing with is that their TV volume mysteriously goes up and down, sort of without them pushing anything on the remote. What would you look at if someone's complaining about this?
That's a really hard one because it's part of the TV industry that certain things that they want you to have, that they want your attention more for, they do raise the volume on. So if you're watching cable, the cable provider that you have can change the volume metrics of the information coming down the line. They're digital signals, they're not analog. So they can just bake in a different volume level. So commercials can be much louder. You can also find that news can be louder. It just depends on what channel you're on, what they really want you to hear, because it really comes down to that. It's unfortunately with digital signals, you have really great quality potentially, but you also have a lot of room for control. These companies, they do put in their 2 cents as to what you should hear and what they want you to hear and so on. So it depends on what you're watching, how you're watching it. If you're watching streaming, the really big difference is going to come down to, are you watching a movie with higher quality audio, with lower quality audio, or I should say a movie or TV show, because it really, you can have TV shows these days that have Dolby full surround sound, 5.1, 7.1, Atmos support, and so on. And those are high quality things. The higher the quality that you have for audio signal, the higher quality you need for your audio production. If you don't have that, then you will see a massive change in the audio, in the volume. So higher quality audio typically separates all those noises and has different ranges. So ranges that your audio production device, so your speakers, your sound bar, your home theater system, whatever you might have, the TV speakers, they have to be able to produce what's within that range. If they can't, it will be compressed. If you don't have enough speakers to produce the thing that came from the right or from the left, then you'll end up getting that audio all crammed into one location. So you may have the background noise playing at a much higher volume than, say, the speech, because the way you're listening to it, the audio format was designed to have a different speaker for right and front as to the left or the right. And when you put all that together, you can find that a big explosion seems to be way louder than anything else that you heard, or that buying the super tape or whatever that you see as seen on TV, super tape can fix anything. It's so loud that you have to keep changing the volume.
Yeah.
Not much that you can really do about the commercial one, but there's certainly something you can do about the audio quality one. One, you can match the audio quality of what you expect to watch with what you have, and you can match the audio production. I mean, what you have, as in the speakers setup that you have. The other way is to make your speakers match the audio quality that you want to listen to. So if you watch a lot of movies, you'll want to invest into the audio. Your TV should include a form of audio, speakers, soundbar, whatever it may be, in the total package. The TV speakers have become so small and so power starved these days. You just can't get that production. You know, you go to 7-Eleven or the Dollar Tree or wherever the low cost store that you have, and you just buy a pair of headphones. Those do not sound like a pair of AirPods or a pair of Beats or whatever high-end audio brand you associate with. Klipsch. I have Definitive Technology speakers. So you have to match the volume, the quality that you want with the quality of the source. Now, if you don't want to spend extra money on your audio, which is totally understandable, or you have something already, you invested money into it, and still seems to be doing that, Maybe you got something middle of the road, which is totally fair. Soundbar, middle of the road, about quarter of the cost of what you spent on the TV. That's not bad at all. But if you experience this issue, it may very well be worthwhile learning how to go through the settings of each app that you have: Netflix, Amazon, YouTube, Hulu, HBO. There's a million of them these days, but figure out where the audio setting is on that and turn it to stereo. So if you have it set to Dolby 5.1, DTS surround, whatever it is, you'll often find if you don't have a strong enough, high enough quality audio system, you will most likely hear that high fluctuation because it's expecting to go to extra speakers that you just don't have. So that voice comes through where I can hear you clear as day talking in front of me right now. There's a plane going over that's louder than the volume that you're talking at for me, but I can hear you clear as day because there's a significant separation in where that sound is coming from. My ears can figure that out. But if it all comes from the same place and it's one speaker moving in and out, trying to make multiple sounds, it can't move two different ways at the same time. So you get one sound, and then it makes another sound, and then it makes another sound. And they're very quick together. They're very close together. So it does a decent job at it. But that's what I have found is typically the issue when volume seems to be a complaint of going up and down. Typically not a problem per se. It would be considered a non-issue, but certainly something that you can look into fixing by changing the audio, matching what you have with what you want to watch or listen to, or the other way around, matching what you're listening to what you have.
Yeah, really good and really comprehensive summary there. And yeah, it reminds me of, I think we spoke about it before, and yeah, you were saying that ads, they're basically, you know, their audio is as basic as possible so they can ramp up the volume as high as possible.
Absolutely.
Versus then you go back to the TV show with all the complex different things going on.
Yeah, they compress it. Oftentimes commercials, especially lower quality commercials like As Seen on TV, stuff like that, you'll find those are shot and recorded with one microphone, which is fine for something like this. That's great for when you have someone just talking into it. But if you have other sounds going on, everything's captured in the same exact manner. There's no separation of that audio, and they don't really care about the quality. It's really just there to grab your attention. And if they get that by doing a really loud commercial, you best believe they're going to do it that way.
Absolutely, yeah. Personally, I like to go with the tactic of, okay, ads are on, I hit the mute button, and I'll go get a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's not bad.